Hello everyone, my name is Cynthia and this is the presentation of my project for the subject of CLIL. In this video I am going to explain the development of my project and the most important points. First of all, as a brief summary, this is a project for the subject of English or English as a second language for students of second year of ESO. We are going to spend 3 lessons to do it, and it belongs to their unit 4, which is called Sports and Health. As a general view, in this project we are going to carry out individual activities and a group activity. We are going to focus on speaking rather than the explicit teaching of grammar and vocabulary. And the main idea is that students little by little develop a spontaneous talk and be more confident with the language to start a conversation. Um, Related to the goals of the project, the main goal is that students apply their knowledge of the language to a real conversation or to start an interaction. So they are able to do so to interact in a second language. In addition, they're going to reflect about the importance of sport and healthy lifestyle, as it is the topic of the unit. And they will develop a critical thinking to express what they like or they don't like, what they agree or disagree with, and so on. The activities that we are going to carry out in this project are going to be related between them between and with the topic. First of all, we have warming up activities to introduce the students to the topic and to see their starting point. Then they will do a reading, which is called Sally's Sport Blog, and it's about some strange sports. After reading it, they're going to do kind of activities to see if they have understood it, as for example looking for synonyms or questions to answer with their own words. And after that, some grammar and vocabulary exercises, which are going to be like filling the gaps or and so on. And we are going to use structures and collocation also related to the topic. Then the group project that I'll explain later, and a culture spot about Wimbledon to make them conscious about their cultural events from other countries and think about their own one too. The project. This is a project. This is a group project to be done in groups of 3 or 4 people. Each group must invent a sport and explain it to their classmates with using visual aids. This is probably the main part of the project and the most important one, because it is going to develop their creativity mainly and teamwork, because they have to invent and to consider different points and relate all of the vocabulary and grammar structures that they have seen before in this project and using it orally, because they have to explain it to their classmates, and also their classmates are going to evaluate them. During the development of the whole project, the individual activities and the group project, we are going to deal with metacognitive strategies, because we are going to be asking them to monitor their comprehension and make them ask questions to the teacher and to their classmates, and like make them aware of their own learning. Cognitive strategies in the way we are going to structure the information. Vocabulary exercise, grammar exercise. This is an exercise related to the text. And social affective strategies, because we are going to be most of the time interacting. The most part of the time we are going to do the exercises orally. and also making them interact with their partners. Some part of the content that we're going to see and develop in this project have already been explained before. So the main idea is that they can practice with it. Related to the vocabulary part, we're going to see sports, and all of the things related to sport, as for example, the equipment, rules, number of players, injuries, verbs related to the topic. In the grammar part, we're going to practice and to deal with modal verbs and structures related to the topic, some collocations, and about the culture spot, as I have previously mentioned about the championship at Wimbledon. Related to the competence in the project, we are going to deal with every basic competences to a greater or lesser extent. Maybe the ones we are going to use more are going to be communication in foreign languages, because they have to communicate in English and they have to express their opinions and also to present their project to their classmates. Digital competence too, because they have to use visual aids and computer to look for information. Learning to learn, they're going to control their own learning process. Social and civic competencies, because they have to work in groups, and the sense of initiative and entrepreneurship, which also involves creativity. They have to be creative with their project and to create a new sport. They have to invent rules and equipment and the name of the sport, maybe. And cultural awareness and expression, we're going to have a culture sport related to this Wimbledon, and they are going to think about it. Although we are going to work with individual exercises, we have chosen a project-based learning methodology to do and develop this project. The main idea is that students control their own process of learning. So at the beginning, we introduce them to the topic, and then they work on it on their own, ask for questions or clarification if they need it, organize the team group, the team work groups, and also the exercises are going to be developed orally most of the time, giving them time to write it down or to think before doing the exercises. But as our main goal is that they develop an spontaneous talking, we have to work on it. According to the evaluation of the project, we are going to divide it in two parts. On the one hand, we have the evaluation of the individual part, in which the teacher is going to consider students' participation and interaction in English. Very important. They have to interact in English. Initiative to participate and ask questions to the teacher or to their partners, and their initiative in class, among others. On the other hand, we are going to consider the group project, in which students must present what they have prepared, and the rest should ask them questions, which is going to be evaluated too. In this case, we're going to use a rubric with some points, such as the use of the topic, grammar, vocabulary, content, creativity. In addition, each group is going to self-evaluate themselves by a brief writing, in which they have to explain their role in the group. The resources that we are going to use. We are going to develop the project in our normal class, which has a computer for the teacher and a projector and a whiteboard or digital blackboard. And apart from the students' material, book, notebook, pencil, pen. We will need a laptop for each teamwork, and they should use it to do their presentation and to make their visual aids or whatever they need, and to look for information too if it were necessary. Okay, and this is the end of my project. Thank you for listening it, and see you soon. Bye.